What is going on, everybody? It is Raging Buckeye here with you for episode 0, I guess, maybe 0.1, or I don't know. Anyways, this is the first episode of our franchise mode, and you probably saw it in the team reveal video montage that I made. If you guys hadn't already, please go check that out. Link is down there in the description. It's also added to the playlist. But if you missed it, we are going to be going with the Cincinnati Reds for our franchise mode for this season. So we're going to get started off right here. The game does ask you, how would you like to experience franchise mode? I am a take full control kind of guy. We're going to do everything for our team, for the beautiful city of Cincinnati. Now, they are ranked 17th overall. Not so great on the contact, 27th. They're definitely in the bottom, like 5 of the league. 12th in power, not too shabby. 9th in pitching. We do got some pretty stout pitching. 9th in defense. Our speed is 12th, and our farm has really tanked. And I know the Reds used to have like some pretty valuable prospects, and this is a team that has just been kind of up and down the last few years, and they've got the potential. The potential is there. And so I think with you, when you deal with a team that's in a market that is considered small, like Cincinnati, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, especially for this in this year's edition of MLB The Show, because of the trade logic and how that was all altered. So I'm looking forward to this challenge. We got a lot of rebuilding to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at our roster real quick. And obviously at the top of the board here, we got Hunter Greene, our starting pitcher. Obviously, this guy is going to be the king of our rotation. He's going to be our ace. And then we also have Elly Cruz, obviously the big young star, 24 years old, 87 overall. He's going to be our stud. He's going to be our centerpiece for our franchise. That's at least the way I view it. Eugenio Suarez and some nice veteran pop there. Overall 86, age 34, so he's getting up there in age. We got Chase Burns as well. Nick Lodolo. He could also be a nice. These guys right here, Chase Burns and Nick Lodolo, are going to be good for our rotation, and especially Chase Burns, young guy, 23 years old, 82 overall. Hopefully, we can keep him with the franchise for the years to come. Brady Singer, a little bit of a veteran player there himself in his own right. Andrew Abbott, another guy who's kind of in that middle of 20s, so I don't think he's really hit his peak yet. 80 overall. I mean, that is our starting 5 ranges from 91 overall to 80 overall. And I'm telling you, I love that. Andrew Abbott also, that A potential. That's going to help us big time. Emilio Pagan is going to be our closer. He's up there in age, 34 years old. Tyler Stevenson, our catcher, hasn't hit 30 yet, but will. He's 77 overall. So Matt McLean, we saw him in the hype video. He's still got some pop behind his bat. So let's actually we're going to take a look at a little bit deeper dive here real quick. So by the time we later will reach the middle of the season, there's going to be some decisions to be made. If we're, right there, we're in the race, we're heavily in the mix of it for the playoffs, which I think we will be. That is my goal. We're going to be buyers. We're going to be buyers at the trade deadline. If we don't, I don't know if I technically want to become a seller. I just don't know, but we might move some pieces. One guy I might move, Eugenio Suarez. I might be tempted to move maybe one of our pitchers on the bottom 3, Lodolo, Singer, and even maybe Andrew Abbott. Maybe. Also Emilio Pagan, maybe we'll try to move him. I'm kind of interested to see what the trade logic has been like. This is my first bit of, as of this recording, I have not played a game in MLB The Show 26. So, and I have not even played any franchise, so I don't really know how the trading goes. So this is all going to be live for you guys to watch, at least for this first episode, maybe the first few. Matt McLean, there's just some good stars here, but I'll tell you what, if you look at the overall, it really falls off after Matt McClain and TJ Friedel, or is it Friedel or Friedel? Uh, we start to see that drop. Okay, players are also getting older, consistently older. We also got a rookie, Sal Stewart, first baseman, as well. Will Benson out there in right field. Caleb Ferguson, he's going to be in there. And I know he's a guy who's kind of been middle of the road, at least the last few years. Rhett Lauder, he's one of those guys that we might give a call up depending on how he does throughout the season. If we get an injury, maybe to our rotation. Brian Hayes, former Pirate, comes to the Reds. Last year, I don't think he really popped off last year. I don't know how. Can we see? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, the menus are different, so they're a little different to navigate. But yeah, last year he came over from the Pirates, and he had a pretty average season. I mean, compared to a little bit better than 2024. 2023 he really popped off. Actually, I shouldn't really say really popped off, but 271 average. But hopefully we can get something out of Key Brian Hayes. If not, I mean, this is, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud as I'm sitting here recording this. So there's a lot that we got to take in, get ready for the season. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what we can do. Marte, of course, the big play, the big robbed home run out there in right field last year. That was one of the top plays of 2025. Cannot wait to see what we do with this team. As we get to know our players for the season. So hopefully we can get this Cincinnati Reds team back to its glory days of the big red machine. And we'll have to see if we can do that in this franchise mode. Also, real quick, if we take a look, we got our yearly goal to finish over 500. I want more than that. I want to be in the playoff race. I want to be right there. Our contract goal is to reach the postseason, and our team budget's $142 million. So to kind of put that in perspective, let's take a look at the Yankees real quick. The Yankees are at $328 million. How about the Dodgers? The Dodgers $466.76 million. So yeah, our $142 million. Nah, it's nothing. And again, just so you guys can see, I set everything to manual. So we're going to be controlling everything. We'll be making decisions. There's some things I might skip over, especially some of the AAA and AA stuff that pop up. But, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right. So here we are. We are at the main screen for franchise mode. Now, for this franchise series, this is my first one. And I kind of want to do some stuff kind of unique to what other YouTubers do. And one of those things I really want to do is I want to try to have condensed games. So I'm going to play a lot, if not every, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll play every game, but I will play most of the games throughout the season. Ones that I feel that are necessary or that should be good games. And I will cut them up and condense them so you guys don't sit through a whole game. Also, with that being said, I am going to start on spring training. I like to do this little thing where I simulate through spring training. And as I go through the spring training, I kind of look at who's outperforming who. And then I'll analyze things and we'll get our opening day roster set up. So bear with me. And I will simulate through this. And you guys, I'll have like a recap as soon as I get done. So I'll be right back. One last thing I forgot to say is that for this franchise mode, I have also turned on the real injuries. So we're starting off the season with real injuries. For those who are still healing or coming off of an injury or still injured, all of that is authentic to start this. That's the option I chose for the roster for this franchise mode. So all right, I'll be right back. Let me get through spring training, and we'll be right back. All right, so I got the roster all set up, ready to go. We went through spring training. No injuries to report or anything like that. So real quick, let's take a look at what our roster looks like, and eventually I'll set this as our depth chart in the game because that is a feature within franchise mode. So let's take a look at our roster real quick. So take a look at our pitching rotation for starting pitchers: Hunter Greene, Nick Lodolo, Chase Burns, Andrew Abbott, and Chase Petty. That is going to be our rotation. Chase Petty had an outstanding spring training. I really feel like he's going to be somebody to give a chance here and see what he can do this season. I really like a lot of his stats. His stuff stat, 52, was a little on the lower side in comparison to Brandon Williamson, where he was competing for a job or a spot on the opening day roster. Chase Petty definitely, I felt like, was the way to go. B potential. Got a slider, a sinker, four-seam fastball. The sinker seems to be his best, but we'll see how that plays out. His slider is his primary pitch, but looking forward to using Chase Petty this season. And obviously, as you can see, he's our number one prospect in our entire organization. And then we go to our bullpen right now. I might adjust this a little bit, but I got Connor Phillips as one of our LRPs, long relief pitchers, middle relief pitchers, Jake Cousins, Pierce Johnson. I did go up and pick Jake Cousins up. He was a free agent. I felt like, last year with the Yankees, he did fairly decent. I mean, had a 2.37 ERA over the course of 38 innings pitched, allowed 20 hits. I like him as a nice relief pitcher. So Jake Cousins, also 31 years old. We signed him to that 1-year contract. So he'll be joining our roster. He'll be joining opening day as a middle relief pitcher. Pierce Johnson, also a middle relief pitcher. Sam Mole, he earned a spot on the roster. Tony Santillan also got it. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. And then, of course, our closing pitcher, Emilio Pagan. No competition there. As for our starting lineup, Nathaniel Lowe, he had an outstanding, blistering spring training. So he immediately earned a spot on the roster. And as our starting first baseman, so as you can see, he's only our starting first baseman. Second baseman will be Matt McLean. Third baseman, Ke'Bryan Hayes. For shortstop, obviously Elly De La Cruz, as you can see up there. Catcher, Tyler Stevenson. I thought he was a good pick to kind of lead our catching department, if you will. Left field, Will Benson. He's gonna get a start against right-handed pitchers. I got JJ Bleday as our left fielder against left-handers. Center fielders, TJ Friedel. He's gonna be starting center field in both lineups. Right field will be Marte again. He's also in both lineups as well. Will Benson, of course, sharing left field with JJ Bleday. Catchers, Tyler Stevenson all the way, both ones. Eugenio Suarez is the designated hitter in both lineups as well. Third baseman is Ke'Bryan Hayes for the right, and for the left, also Ke'Bryan Hayes. Second base, Matt McLean versus right, Matt McLean versus left, and then, of course, first baseman Nathaniel Lowe on both as well. So, on the bench, Jose Trevino, Spencer Steer. Of course, Will Benson will be when versing lefties. Reese Hines, or how do you pronounce it? Blake Dunn. I promise you I'll get better with these names. So I apologize to any of the Reds fans out there. Please don't get offended. We're going to learn this all together this season. Blake Dunn, of course, also on the bench as well with Tyler Callahan as well. So that is our opening day roster. We will have our first game in the next episode. If you guys like what you are seeing, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what you guys are hyped the most about this season. Maybe some trades you guys like to see. Maybe some potential players you would like to see come to our roster. So we're going to do a lot more roster management maybe throughout the season, maybe the next few episodes. But next episode, opening day. And until then, I'll see you in the next episode. Love, peace, chicken grease.